There are a lot of parts you see in the hardware store that can solve your repair problems, but they might not be the best solution for you. We got a great email question asking about push-to-connect plumbing fittings. Let's take a look.
Now it's time for the Neighborhood Connection.
Push-to-connect fittings are a hot item in your home improvement store in the plumbing department. Let's talk a little bit about them today. Now, this is a push-to-connect fitting. It's used to connect two pieces of pipe, especially ones that were broken. All you have to do is push it together like this, and it slides in, and you're good to go. Now, if you want to take another piece of pipe, you can slide it in this way, and it locks in, and now you've got a piece of pipe that's connected, and you didn't have to braze it or sweat it or do any kind of welding to it. Now, this is a pretty good fitting to use, except they're a little bit expensive, about 10 bucks a piece in many cases, and I've had some problems with them failing, so they've actually slid off the end of the pipe. Now, my favorite application for these is working around the house on projects you're going to actually put back together later. So if you break a pipe or you're trying to do some projects around the house and you want to get the water turned on quickly, you can take a cap like this and push it right on the end, locks in, and you're good to go. And you can take a fitting here tool and pull it right off and reuse it again. These are absolutely amazing to have sitting around in your toolbox for those kind of projects. Push-to-connect fittings are really good. I would just use them for temporary fittings, so that way you don't have to worry about leaks down the road. Now, that is a great thing to use on any plumbing project. Hope that answers your questions about push-to-connect fittings. As we get into spring, those flying pests are getting out there and making their presence known. Let's see if we can help Susan and West Lynn control them. All right, you know, flying pests, they can be a hassle all summer long. Springtime's a great time to get after it to see if you can get them under control early. Now, with flies out there, they can be a huge problem around that barbecue, and if you've got pets or livestock, it can be even worse. I don't like to get the sprays out because that can be harmful. What I like to do is use traps. These traps are great, and they're very simple to use, and they're very inexpensive. So the first thing you do is come in here in the top of the trap and cut this out in the predetermined circle that they've marked out. Second of all, you fill it up with water to the line in the back, and then you hang it up. And let me show you here. I've got one right here that we can show. And what it does is it actually has that attractant in it, and the flies will fly down right through here, and they get trapped in here, and they can't come out, and they die in the water. This will actually work up to 20,000 flies, which means an easy and clean way to get rid of it. All you have to do is throw it in the trash. All right, guys, you know, hornets, wasps, and yellow jackets are a huge pain all summer long. And my theory is get after them in the spring early, so that way you can get those nests under control. Now, one of my favorite is this one right here. It hits all three and actually goes after 19 different species of them. That way, you can get them under control. Now, this has attractants in it, so it's a really wide range going after those hornets, wasps, and yellow jackets, and this works really well. The attractant inside lasts about 3 months, so you will have to go in and swap that out. Now, if you've got carpenter bees or other things like mud daubers, this is another way to go, and this is something that's new here, and this has actually got a sticky surface on it. You have to carefully open this up, and it actually sits there, and once they land on it, they're not coming off. So this is really great for those specific pests, and it'll work really well. If you take the time right now and get after it, you'll be pest-free all summer long.